Okay, first up we've got to activate these cheats. So we're going to go into the Hitman contract files, wherever they are. If you just have the icon like this, right click on it, and just like this there'll be an option to open file location. So once you're in here, you're going to edit the Hitman.ini file. So you can either right click on that and open it with Notepad or with another editing software. I'm just going to click on it normally because I've already got it in Notepad. And you're going to see all the options for the game. There'll be less of it if you haven't played it before, if you've just downloaded it. And you're going to go to the bottom and you're going to type in EnableCheats, just like this, and then add a 1. Then below it you're going to type in EnableConsole 1. Now this isn't as important. This is only, the console. Okay, to access and unlock all the levels from the beginning. So very similar to Hitman 2, you're going to edit the HitmanContracts.ini file, and at the top you'll see it says default scenes equals all levels / logos, and that means when you open the game it plays the logos file. Now you're going to edit just this logo bit here, and you're going to change that to level menu, just like that, just spelled normally, .gms, don't delete that, and you're going to save. Now this means when we start the game, as I'll do now, it will take us directly to the level menu. Here you go, let it load up. And there you go, we've got all the levels. Now, if you start a level and then go to the main menu, it won't be saved. So I advise you finish this last level here, you go on Hunter and Hunted, either auto-complete it with cheats, or complete it normally, and then you'll have a save of the whole game. Once in game, you're going to want to activate your cheats. Now there's two main ways to do this. The main way that you're going to probably be using is the cheat menu. Now to activate that, you're going to hold down the Shift button and then press Escape, and that will open up this. Now you can scroll through it using your keys on your directional pad up and down, and to activate the ones with numbers next to it, you're going to use the left and right arrow keys, and some of these will go to 1, such as God mode will go 1 or 0, same with invisibility, and time multiplier will increase by tenths, and you can hold that down to go up or just press it to go by individuals. And that's why sometimes using the console is more accurate, because you can go into hundredths or you can increase it much quicker. A few that don't work I'll quickly go through are show enemy vision, call list, and show timers. Those were removed by Interactive, along with free cam in debug mode, though there is a version of debug mode which they kept in, and I'll go on to that a bit later. There's also the teleport and beam here. Now to exit out of here, you're going to press the escape button, and that will take you back to the main game. The console is in the same place as always, below the escape with the 3 symbols on it, and that's going to drop down this. Now you can either type in your command or you can press the tab to go through it. It has many of the same cheats such as God, invisibility, time multiply, and it also has nailgun and force multiplier. Getting all weapons. Now to get this one, you're going to go into your cheat menu, and you're simply going to go over give all and press enter. Then once you go on your inventory, you'll see that you have all the guns in the game, and not only guns you'll receive, but you'll also receive items. Now this can be quite annoying in later levels, as I'll show you in a second, where you'll end up getting all of the kind of items. You'll get key cards and keys and like just stuff from all the levels, and you actually have to drop them all because your inventory can only hold a certain number. I think it can only hold something like, I'm guessing like 30, and as you drop them you get new items until you drop all the items in the game. And you're also given infinite ammo, not infinite ammo, you're given the max amount of ammo for each you'll get, which is 999. Hunter and Hunter, when you use the give all cheat, you end up getting, as I'll show you, lots of these items from other things, that you'll get pillow, and you can just get these out and 47 will pull them out your chest, and then you can just drop them on the floor, and you end up getting a lot more than you do weapons. You get all kinds of crazy stuff, such as like the bomb suitcase, your own suitcase, and you get lots of these, and you actually end up dropping many of these, and it's crazy what you get. You get pretty much everything from the entire game, and you just have to end up dropping them until you get all your weapons. Give some is slightly different. This gives you a select number of weapons, and again you're just going to go down and press enter, and that gives you a select number of weapons you might want, such as your sniper rifle, submachine gun, the spare shotgun, and then just keeps the other stuff. So it gives you a couple of weapons that you might need. It changes from level to level. You always get these 3, and then sometimes you get an extra few depending on the level. It changes from level to level. Infinite ammo. This is a pretty obvious one. When you have a gun which has 0 bullets, you're going to open up your cheat menu, go down to infinite menu, and turn it on, and you'll have 99 bullets. 999. And you can fire that off, reload it, and it will constantly remain at 999. Complete Level. Another very simple one. Simply open up your menu, go down to Complete Level, select it, and you'll complete the level with a perfect score, perfect rating, and whenever you did it, so I did that in 9 seconds, you can simply continue, and you can simply repeat the process over and over again, just completing every single one of the levels. And it will even skip you selecting weapons, which is quite useful. And you just keep on doing it all the way through, and that way you can get perfect score throughout the game. God mode, one of the most useful cheats. We're going to go into our cheat menu, go to God mode, and press the side arrow to turn it to 1. Then escape to exit, select some guns, and let's try it out. Get some people go over here. And of course we're immortal, no one can hurt us. And you can just stand around here. And as usual, you can simply go back onto it, turn it to 0, and 47 you can start taking damage. Invisibility, a useful one for sneaking into places or just generally exploring. Go onto your cheat menu, go down to invisible mode, and turn it to 1. Once that's on, no AI will be able to see you. They may interact with you slightly, you know, where they do their head turning thing and stuff, but of course they won't shoot at you. You can get out some guns. He's going to spaz out. Where is it? They might point their gun at me. They'll never shoot though. We can run past all these dudes, just execute this guy right in front of his friend. He'll be like, what's happening? And they'll never ever shoot. Multiplier. Now there's 2 ways to activate this. First off, I'm going to show it to you in the cheat menu. You can go down, you can speed up, slow down time, you can hold it, or you can press down, and you'll go up in increments of tenths. So I'm going to go outside and I'm going to show you. We're going to turn it to, let's turn it to that first. So me going fairly slowly, not too slowly. These guys will start to react. You can see some pretty cool action here. So that. Let's see if we can turn it a bit lower. Obviously, everything else loads up, like your screens will turn it to 1. We can start to see the bullets actually flying past, which is pretty cool. We can see each of the flashes, very cool stuff. And that's as slow as we can go. And I'm going to warn you guys, if you turn it to 0, the game will stop. Nothing will react, nothing will open. You'll pretty much have to close the game. I mean, you can actually reopen the thing, but I don't want to risk it. And then I'll speed it up a little bit. I'll speed it all up to, let's say, 5 times the usual speed. As you see, people run around, they do their shooting. I can obviously, that's just me walking, this is me running. This is just 5 times the usual speed. We could go 10 times if we wanted. And like so. The normal time multiplier menu, because let's be honest, that's the best way to use time multiplier. So you can either press the tab button, as I showed you in the Hitman 2 cheat video, or you can type in IP_time multiplier, how it should be spelt, Now 1 is normal, just like it is on the cheat menu. You can set it to anything crazy like 100. I've never tried setting it to 100 in this game, but that to make it easier. Let's set it to 0.05. That should be nice and slow. Okay, let's see if we can get some matrix bullets. Yeah, we can start to see the bullets, which is pretty cool. Let's go first person. There we go, we can see the bullets go past. You can see stuff exploding off. If I turn around, shoot behind me. Now let's turn this down to 0.01, which is normally as slow as you want to go. I think you can go even slower, but at that point, the game is pretty much not moving at all. So we'll turn it down to that. And as you can see, oh no, that's it. At this point, the game freezes. It's like a screenshot. It's actually pretty cool. You can move up and down, but you can't move. I remember that. Yeah, you can't turn it any lower than that, or the game would freeze. So let's turn it to... Oh, look, you can even see the actual slide moving back and forth. I never knew that it went into that much detail. And you can see the bullets flying out, as so. And it's really interesting. You can just see all your cartridges flying out. Look at those shotgun shells flying out. You can see your own bullets flying out. You can see mine flying off there. If I fire one a bit closer, maybe. Yeah, you can just see them flying out. And it's just really interesting. Teleportation and beam here. Now I turned on God mode and invisibility just so it's a little easier to go around. Now I'm going to show you the teleport. Basically, in many of the missions, some do not actually have them. Similar to Codename 47, there are set teleport locations, and by pressing this, 47 will teleport to each one. This one here, I'm actually on top of part of the boat. The reason it goes blank is because I'm looking at the map. And you can just scroll through it by pressing each one. I'm back at the plane. Now I'm on the railroad. I am on top of one of the cabins. And you can scroll through. There's many in this mission. There's actually quite a lot of them. And you kind of go through them kind of randomly sometimes. And they always are the same places though. And they take you to different areas. Many of the missions have these. I think only 1 or 2 have just one teleport. There's one other teleport, and then there's the original placing. Beam here is slightly different. This is teleport to your reticles. Now you may know this because it's very similar to Hitman 2. Unfortunately though, I can't seem to find a hotkey. I don't know how to set a hotkey to it. So what you're going to have to do is just aim in your area and go onto the menu and hit beam here. I did a lot of research, but I couldn't find a way to set a hotkey. Now, you can do this with aiming with, let's say, your gun things, but the best way of doing it is if you go onto your binoculars and aim, and if you aim just right, you'll find it's the easiest way to teleport, because normally it's quite hard to get it just right. Like I find you can zoom in, which also helps quite a lot with this as well, and you just got to aim it just right, so that you can teleport on top of it. And what you will know when you do it, because as soon as you teleport, as soon as you go out from pause, you should be able to do it. There you go, finally managed it. I'm on top of the plane right now, which is solid, and that takes me on. You'll notice in the first game, Codename 47, everything was solid. You can walk on most stuff. In Hitman 2, things weren't as solid, and in this one, there's a lot of optical illusions. And I'll show you, I mean, basically from below, it looks like there's a roof to this. But once you actually get on top of it, you'll see it's holy. There's lots of areas like this, I'll show you, especially with the ship in the next area, where it looks like it's solid. But if you look at it, once you actually get on top of it, you'll find it's only got bits of it. And that means it's kind of annoying for teleportation, as you can't teleport to as many areas. The only good things are stuff like this lamppost. These lampposts are copied in certain areas, and they're completely solid. And that means you can get some crazy areas, and I'll show you what I mean. And what I want to do is these here. These are solid, the mountain around them, many of them are not solid. So that means if I go into my scope, and I zoom right in, I aim at that, and I go to my beam here, I can stand on top of here, and that's amazing because I can look down upon the thing. Many of these buildings won't have solid roofs. I'll get over to the ships in a second, and many of these aren't solid. And there's your ship, and you're like, cool, that'd be great to teleport up to. Now, let me show you what I mean about invisible walls and optical illusion. I'm going to beam here, if I can. And I will show you. If you look down, you'll see if side on, oh yeah, it would look exactly like a ship. But once you actually get on top, you'll notice that lots of it is not real. The ship is just made to look good, which obviously makes sense from a objective point of view. Like, the makers don't want to spend lots of time making something because you're never going to go inside of it. If I can, and only some of the stuff has it. Like, this is pretty cool. You can, of course, if you fall off the map, simply use one of the teleports, because you can easily fall off the map in these kind of areas, and you can just teleport back up. As you see, the ship is only partly real. Like, the mast, that was a letdown for me. I thought, okay, at least the mast will be solid, but like most of the stuff, once you actually get on top, the mast is not real, of course. It's only from the side. And again, here's one of the few things that saves you these kind of light poles, I guess. I'm not quite sure what they are. One button. This, and you can actually, of course, go on top of these. And using this, your binoculars are the best thing to do it. And what am I doing? How do I get out of this? 6, there we go. And obviously you can look around, and this is a really cool place to go for because you're really high up. And the floor's rendered out a little bit, but that's alright. But it just goes to show how much of the game you'll find when you're teleporting, like such things as the roof there, that's not solid. Once you actually get onto it, much of the area is not that good. So that's why this game is kind of not as fun to teleport in. Like, such as the Belfour Manor, much of the mansion is not real, so you can't teleport into there. Okay, so now we've gone through all the cheats on the cheat menu, I'm going to go through the cheats that are only on the console. Now, as you remember, you're going to press the button below the escape with 3 symbols on it, and it will bring down this. Now, there's 2 main ones, which are, if you go through it, the first one should be Mega Strength, I'm pretty sure. It's really easy to go fast on it. Force Multiplier, that's it, and you're going to press that and press 1, and that will be activated. Now, when you kill people, basically they go flying. That's the point of it. And I will show you like this. It's similar to Hitman 2, which Mega Strength sent people flying, and they will go on flying until they hit something, depending on what you shoot them. I mean, I'm using a shotgun. If I used just any weapon, as soon as they die, they go flying is the point. The second one is Nailer, and that is the nail gun. Now, again, you're going to go through your buttons by pressing the tab, or you can type in nail gun, that's all it is. And as I remember, it's after all of these, and there you go, nail gun, and you're going to press 1, and that's activated. Now, if I show you, people, as similar to Hitman 2, will go flying when I press shoot them with the nail gun. As you see, he flies off with his hand stuck, and he'll be stuck to there. And similarly, I should be able to drag people if I shoot somebody. Okay. He's stuck to the wall. Now, if we drag him, as you see, he'll stretch out. Get out of my way, guys. And finally, we have the scroll lock cheats. Now, these are kind of weird. When you press scroll lock with the cheats activated, you'll come up with this screen. Now, there's a couple of stuff. Screenshot, if you try and do that, your game will crash. Don't press that. There's post filters. I'm not quite sure what they do. Basically, you can mess about with them, and you kind of just mess up the screen, really. You just change the brightness. You can change the certain saturations. A bit weird. I mean, you can probably get some pretty cool stuff out of it. You can do a bunch of stuff with that. Not really that interesting, but yeah, you can just pretty much change what the screen's like. The debug mode is probably the best. You can do a couple of stuff. I'll go timers first. Once you do that, you end up with all these timers on the screen. I could just X out of this and continue playing the game, and they would just stay there. And then again, you can just turn them off. I think you can turn it to that. I don't know what that geoframe update is. Events. and then off. Pause. Doesn't really seem to do anything. It just kind of, I don't know what that one's meant to do. It just does something. Sound info, not quite sure what that's meant to do. Info on and off. When it's on, it gives you this. It tells you about frames, which is pretty interesting. It tells you about a bunch of stuff in the game. Gates on and off. Yeah, don't mess about with that because I can't actually change it, but I guess gates are on. I think that's when you load the whole map or when gates are off. Gates on means it's just the area loaded. Fixed camera, this used to be the free camera mode where you used to be able to go into free camera. Not anymore, it's still exactly the same. Kind of a shame really. But yeah, free cam doesn't work anymore and that's how you used to activate it. And this is the main one. You can change the brightness. So that's obviously the brighter version, which everyone knows from all the other games. You can run around in brightness, and I'll show you the famous Easter egg where you can see a body on the opening screen. I'll show you that where you can do this. The second one is block mode. This is pretty cool. You can see everything in block mode. You can see all the 47s in there. You know, all that great stuff. Everything's in block mode. You've got your guns. Like that, of course. I mean, unfortunately, you can't go back. And what happens next is meant to be wireframe mode, except my game crashes, as you'll see. I don't really know why. It might just be because I've got a bad computer, or it might be because the game doesn't allow you to. When I press it, you'll get this kind of little fuzz on the screen. Now, if I X out of it, you'll see there's a kind of a movement around, and it's kind of spazzing out. And at this point, the only way I can get out of the game is by force closing it. So I'll be back in a second. And really quickly, if you turn the brightness on, you can see the famous body on the screen, which is meant to be Dr. Oatmar from the belt, because the belt is exactly the same as the one you see in Asylum Aftermath. So this is meant to be 47 sitting with a body. A few cool things you can do with cheats is you can, let's say, teleport here to the edge of the map, and you can see how the road ends. You can just like look down on all the guys here, and because I've teleported out of here, they haven't even entered the area yet. Get their attention? And just watch them go crazy. A couple of cool stuff you can do is, say, teleport on top of the car, and then the guy will just give you a little lift, and you can have fun riding the car all the way to the area where it's dropped off. And we just ran over a cop there, but he just went through us. 47's gonna take us around, and we can just ride the car. And there are some other cool stuff I can do as well, is you can actually teleport on top of the crane and drop into here, because normally, I'll show you now, 47 goes in here and then I'll be teleported out, as you see like that. But we can actually deal with that. If I go back, quickly lower it down, there we go, beam on top of here. Now I can walk forwards and I can ride the cargo box. And it will lower us right down here, and you can see Boris is just below, I'm pretty sure. There he is. And we're actually going to go inside another container. It's pretty weird. Then that's going to go off. I can just drop down here. Boris is in there. He just walked through the door, and here's the car. And here we go, 47's on top of the helicopter. He's going to get in. It's going to start to fly away. We get some nice little scenes here. I've slowed it down a little bit so it's a little bit quicker. 47's just standing on top, enjoying the view. And the helicopter flies away. And there we go. Cool little cutscene. After killing the red dragon guy in Slaying the Dragon, you can actually teleport on top of the helicopter. You've got to go first beam up to the highest sign in the level, which is this one up here. It's one of the few that's solid. It's near that one there, near the building where the snipers is. And you'll see the helicopter here. Now, at its lowest arc, because you've got to be above it, you can actually teleport on top of its rotors, which is really cool. And I advise you slow down the time of it. You see it goes quite high here, and as it goes down, it goes down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to slow down this to the slowest it goes, that. And that will make time. Then I'm going to go into my binoculars, and it will take a little bit of time to open, and I'm going to zoom right in, because you've got to aim at that, and then aim at it, and then go on to beam here, and if you get it right, you should teleport directly on top of the rotors. Now walk towards the edge, because as you see I'm teleported right on the edge. I will speed up time. Okay, I will speed it back up to normal, because it doesn't matter anymore. And 47 will teleport on top of the helicopter. And yeah, that's the only way to do it. You've got to be higher than these rotors, because if you see, these rotors are actually a part of a thing. You can kind of see it there at the edge, and that's why I can stand over nothingness. The Li Hong assassination is another great place where you can use teleports to get to all kinds of areas. Like I'm on top of the roof right now. I could teleport to any one of these. If you go on my Facebook actually, which I'll put a link in the description, there's actually I put a lot of screenshots of great places. Like you can actually teleport over there. And if you have the trainer, which I've talked about earlier, and will be in a different video, I actually, because you can move up and down, I hovered myself and froze down time, and you can actually stand over there, because you can teleport there, but it's not solid, so you fall. The same with many of these buildings. They're unlike many of the other things, they are actually there. They're not just backgrounds, so you can actually teleport onto them, but you'll just fall through them. And this is a great place, though, because you can let's zap over here. Should we go like that? Unfortunately, sometimes you get black screen, which is when the game doesn't load up, because this is one of the few areas when most of the roofs are actually loaded, and it's not an optical illusion. I guess because it was quite easy just to recreate it, but there's lots of black areas which the map doesn't load. This is a seafood massacre, and I'm standing up with a sniper here. I've just killed my meat cleaver, and there's another cool place you can get to. You can also see how they faked up the restaurant there. It's actually got a flat ceiling instead of the one they make it look like. And it's not even solid, you can't even teleport on top of there, but we're just standing up here, which is pretty cool. And yeah, we're just up here with our good friend the sniper, and I'm just going to drop off and fall all the way down from there. I can teleport right down next to the coppers with a minigun by giving me all the weapons, and blow them all away. Like so. And there you go, those are all the cheats in the game. So, please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.